Anil, I've not met you yet, so I don't know how much experience you have with Qigong.
This is actually my first time.
First time.
Yeah.
That's the best. The beginner's mind is a great place to be. All right, great. That helps me. And then, and Nancy, thank you. So I've decided to go back to school, and I'm getting my master's in public global health. So it's very interesting. And New York City is crazy right now. There's so many people. There's just so many people. And my initial response, after the last 18 months, which is continuing, is like, like I don't want to be around people. So it's interesting, and it's all energy, right? There's the energy around us, there's the energy inside of us, and how we're reacting to it, how we're responding to it, and that's Qigong, basically, or that's the practice. It is very hard to choose how to respond to something when we feel that, when we're just stuck in reaction mode. Basically, if your nervous system has been hijacked, it's really, really hard. It's also really, really hard to do a seated meditation practice if your monkey mind is crazy, right? Or if monkey mind, is constantly chattering and has had multiple children. So there's techniques for that. There's techniques on working with the monkey mind, and there's techniques for finding spaciousness. In a place like New York City, with that constant go, and it's uber competitive, and it's even a little bit harder. So I know some people watch these videos later, and they may be useful, if people are living in big cities, or people are living with a lot of stress, I think, as we all are right now. And when we're doing a seated meditation practice, and again, that may not be the appropriate practice for you, right? Depending upon your nervous system. That's why a moving meditation practice, which is what we're going to do, may be better. But when you're sitting down, or you're trying to sit, the focus on the breath is really what engages the parasympathetic nervous system, right? And that's the part of the nervous system that tells us that everything's okay, that we're safe, even though we've been stuck in not feeling safe for so long. Does that make sense? So, and a big, big, big part of Qigong practice is finding movement in stillness. And so that's what I want to play with for the next couple of weeks. There are some practices, let me put this down a little bit, that we do in which you hold postures for a really long time. And that's not so conducive through YouTube, right? Just me standing there for like 20 minutes. But it's amazing what happens as we also start to notice energy and harness energy. And that's a big part of what I just said, noticing energy. That's also the Buddhist path, right? To see it, to recognize it, as if you're not even aware of it, right? So let's start with a seated meditation practice. And then we're actually going to come to the floor. So if everybody has space, yeah, Nancy, you've got enough space to lay your body down on the ground, right? Almost like a shavasana. But we are going to start seated. It's quite warm in New York today. You'll see some sweat. So, however you are, let me move this back a little bit. Okay, so I'm in a seated, what would otherwise in yoga land be known as Vajrasana, right? I'm on my knees. I have a cushion, actually 2 cushions underneath me. Nancy's in a Sukhasana, okay? So in a seated practice, you want to make sure that your hip points are higher than your knees. Okay. And I don't know, you can give me a thumbs up or not if you're aware of the 9 breaths of purification practice. Okay. So, and this is in many different lineages. It's in Sakya, it's in Galupa, it's in, basically what we're doing, as you guys know. And Neil, are you familiar? You can give me a little emojicon, thumbs up or no.
Yes, yes.
You are? Okay, great. So in different schools, I've seen it done different ways with hand gestures. We're going to keep it pretty simple today, the way that I learned it from Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche. He's a Bon Buddhist. And in doing this practice for years and years and years, as for many of us, the practice becomes your own, right? So I naturally just added a breath at the end, okay? And I'll just guide us through it. So start in your mountain. I'm also going to add a couple of yoga elements to it. So begin to align your body, whether you're seated on your knees or cross-legged, or perhaps even in a chair. Broaden the collarbones and lift up the sternum. Okay. You can use your hands or your metaphysical hands and get your ribs up off of your hips, engaging the side body. That's it. And notice whether or not you're overarching your back or you're slumped in it, right? We want to have space in between each vertebrae. Try and find that your right and left eardrum are equidistant from your right and left shoulder. Crown of the skull is open, that's the heavenly gate. The pelvic floor is drawn up, that's the earthly doors. We'll just take a regular inhale and exhale. Let's actually do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then simply take the middle finger of the right hand. Okay. And for those of you that have been practicing for a long time, and maybe even if you haven't been practicing for a long time, notice that you can close your right nostril without touching your nostril. Right? So either use your real middle finger of your right hand or your mind's finger. Close the right nostril, inhale through the left. Okay. Drop the chin down into the sternum and allow any recent or not so recent moment of aversion, anger, frustration, irritation to arise. Notice it. And then lift the chin. Close the left, exhale right. And we'll do that again. Closing right, inhale left. Dropping the chin down into the sternum. Pelvic floor is engaged, earthly doors drawn up. Notice what arises. Lift the chin again. Close left, exhale right. Clearing the subtle body. And again, close right, inhale left. Drop the chin down into the sternum. Earthly doors closed. You may even find some humor in what arises, or compassion. Lift the chin, close left, exhale right. Try to hold empty. This time, close left. Inhale right. Drop the chin down into the sternum. And notice what arises as far as any recent or not so recent moment of grasping attachment, ignorant attachment. And again, perhaps with some humor, lift the chin, close right, exhale left. And again, close left, inhale right. Drop the chin down. Notice what arises, these habituated patterns. And remember as well that grasping is not simply just for what we want or don't have, but also perhaps for what we already do. Lift the chin, exhale left. One more on this side, close left, inhale right. Right, keeping the spine long, dropping the chin into the sternum. Really drawing up on the earthly doors. And then lifting the chin and clearing the subtle body, perhaps your own karma. Exhale left. And now we'll inhale through both nostrils. What I like to do is draw the breath over the back of the skull, down the spine, retain it just below the belly button, in which we clear the central channel, the spiritual needle in Qigong, from ignorance, in which we've forgotten that everything is impermanent and everything is interconnected. So deep inhale. Drop the chin down into the sternum again. Earthly doors are closed. When we release this breath, you can envision an electric blue light coursing up through the central channel. Lift the chin, exhale, out through the crown of the skull. And again, deep inhale. Drop the chin down. Keep trying to draw up on the earthly doors. Notice if you're leaning forward or back. Lift the chin, exhale. And again, inhale. Drop the chin into the sternum. After we release this breath, we'll immediately inhale back down through the central channel, a golden light, perhaps the wisdom and compassion of all of the past, present, and future Buddhas. So lift the chin, unfurl yourself, exhale out through the crown of the skull. Inhale back down. And again, drop the chin down into your sternum. Allow all of the wisdom and compassion of the Buddhas to infuse every cell of your body. And then when you're ready, lift the chin and exhale out through every cell of your body as though every cell of your body was a Buddha. And when you're ready, you can open their eyes if they were closed, looking at the world as though you were a Buddha. Seeing light and color and form. I encourage you to look around. Right? Try not to label anything, but just see. Right? It's when we begin to label things that they become stuck. Right? So in this practice, we're expanding how we see outwardly and inwardly. And when we're deeply tucking the chin into the sternum as well, what we're doing is helping tone the vagus nerve. So I'm hoping that perhaps a little bit more nuance and subtlety in that practice allows you to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. So for, let's say, we're going to play a little bit with the stillness and then we're going to start to move too. So if you need to extend your legs long, please, of course, do. Anything that you need to do for yourself, please do. We're going to play for like 3 minutes and I'm going to set the timer because this is a practice. We're going to play with bear pose. Okay. We're going to do it seated. So bear pose is it's an element of many of the postures. Okay. So in my bear pose, right, you can see my arms are just kind of hanging down. My elbows aren't out, right? Elbows out is very different than down. So notice when you do that, that your shoulder blades, you feel them sliding up over your ribs, right? It's actually known as a joint. The connection between shoulder blades and ribs is really interesting, isn't it? See if you can notice the difference between the left and the right. Okay. So we're going to play with a little bit of stillness here, the movement in stillness. So the arms are here, earthly doors closed, heavenly gates open. The space in between my fingertips, that's like the sternum of my big bare chest. Yeah. So I have maybe about 13 inches between my fingers and my sternum. So Risham, I think you need to move your arms forward. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Like you are a bear right now. Okay. And as we move in spring pose, it's fun to play with bear, awakening. Right now, that looks great, Nancy. So Nancy, notice what happens when you pick the fingers up a little bit. Yeah. Feel how the energy moves through the wrists a bit more, right? This is more closed. This is open. Feel that? Subtle. Yeah. So here, just kind of begin to inhale, press out a little bit. Yeah. And exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. So while we're playing with this, bring your awareness to your back body. Feel as you inhale, right? Your ribs expand and exhale. begin to find the natural rhythm of your breath. But with every breath, the arms push out a little bit, and then they come in on the exhale. And can you maybe breathe into the upper right lung and exhale. And then maybe inhaling, breathe into the lower left lung. Right. And notice as well, or perhaps remind yourself that every breath that you're taking is the exhale of all of the trees on the planet. This beautiful symbiotic relationship. And just make sure I actually hit start on that thing. Okay, I didn't. Let's play with this for a little bit more. All right, I remind some of the people I work with that if they're feeling lonely or having a hard time with other humans, that they're breathing with the trees, and trees are never assholes. So notice, begin to notice the rise and fall of your bare chest. And then notice as you inhale, your liver, find your liver, literally moves down and to the right so that your lungs can expand. And then on the exhale, it shifts back into place. Inhaling. Exhale. Can you find the underside of your sternum? And at the same time, find your bare sternum. Noticing what you hear from your right eardrum. To your left. Noticing any sounds as they pass through you. Okay. So that was the official 3 minutes. Notice before we don't take the arms down yet, Nancy. Okay, there's this, right? Now notice this. Very different, isn't it? Right, so here's the subtlety, right? We know as practitioners, everything we think, do, and say spreads outward, right? And for us who are deeply invested in not being assholes, it's catching that subtlety in our minds, those fluctuations before they spread outward. Yeah. So this practice, you can bring your arms down. I was doing this a lot last week on retreat. This practice of holding is known as Yi Chuan, mind fist, right? So in the full practice, you're either sitting or you're in horse stance, but there's 6 positions. I'm just going to explain just to kind of plant that seed, and then we're going to get up and do some movement. So there's this position, and then here where we work. But the thing is, you hold each one for 4 minutes. So it's 4 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 4 minutes here. And then you turn the palms up, 4 minutes here, right? Drawing in all of the light, right? Practicing photosynthesis. And then 4 minutes here and 4 minutes here. Energy of the earth rising up into your hands. You feel that? I mean, even in that little practice, the hands start building heat and energy. So it's something to play with as we move into what we're about to do, okay? That practice too, Yi Chuan, you can hold each one of those for 20 minutes. And things get really interesting. All right, so let's come and stand. We're going to come back to 5 elements like we did 2 weeks ago. We'll do a brief little shake. Shake your legs out if they fell asleep. Puttering the lips is a great way to release tension in the jaw. I was doing it so much on the subway. It's so fascinating in New York City how people claim their space on the subway. You know, there's like the man spreaders or the people that play music really loudly. I mean, I get it, right? They're trying to also claim their existence. Okay, quick little shake before we go into 5 elements. So yeah, find your mountain first, right? Lifting up the lower ribs, smoothing down the lower back, feet are together or hip width apart, toes are facing forward. Okay, throughout all of these practices, we begin to increase our proprioception and our neuroception, right? We expand outwards and outwards and outwards and outwards, ideally until, you know, omniscience, and then we're Buddhas. But if you don't know what your feet are doing, take a look. Hands are in the Tai Chi mudra, okay? Thumb webbing comes together right below the belly button at the lower dantian energy center. And dantian is like a chakra. Okay, in Qigong, there's 3 main ones. The lower dantian, which is associated with the root of us and the earth. The middle dantian, which is associated with the heart and the human. And then the upper dantian, which is associated with the heavens and our Shem, our spirit. Bring your awareness to your right foot. Right? Maybe find each toe and then your left. Notice the arch of the right foot and the left. Right? Remembering that all of these practices are also a kind of a preventative medicine. If you notice that you're always kind of falling out on the edge of the foot, that's eventually going to start messing up your SI joint. Right? So we want to find balance in our posture and in our lives. Earthly doors are closed. Heavenly gate is open. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release the mudra. Notice, right, as you're moving through space, creating eddies and wakes, literally. Step the right foot out. Inhale, reach your arms up into the sky. Exhale. Inhale, reach the right hand and the left. And then maybe your heels come up off the ground. Right? You are this giant antenna connecting the earth and the heavens, and allow the heavens to meet the earth through you. That's it, Nancy. Inhaling. Exhale, turn the palms up. Hold the sky in your hands. And then begin to slowly bend down, keeping the upper body up to whatever degree possible. And we're going to start shaking. So inhale, jump up and release. Oh, man. So the idea is just to release, disorganize all the patterns in the body. Right? Subtle body, physical body, gross body. Kind of undoing the fuckery. Okay, normally we do this for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes this one's going to be a little quick today, right? So begin to move through. You can run your hands through your hair, along your scalp, puttering the lips. Clearing the sinuses. Running your hands down your throat. Noticing, right? These are diagnostic. Check out your lymph glands, your lymph nodes. Patting your chest, you want to cup the palm. Any chest congestion. Tops of the legs and the feet. Backs of the legs. So Nancy, actually, yeah, you were doing something that was really interesting there. Take the backs of your palms and go for the SI joint. That's interesting, right? So what we're also doing is using sound, right, to disperse and move energy. Top of one arm and the other. Right, loosening the joints, fingers, ankles, knees. Fanning the heart. Right, and then one of my favorites, dropping your head back, allowing the muscles of the tongue, which are attached to the chest, to loosen the heart. Also, because it cracks me up. I'd probably wake my kid up. She's got to get up anyway. Move your shoulder joints. Hip joints. And then before we freestyle for a minute, let me just show, and Neil, this is also a really great one. Take the palms of the hands. Okay, and I'm utilizing like an ujjayi breath, that's from Yoga Land, but I'm closing the back of the throat, rubbing my hands together. And I'm beginning to heat, right? The heat of the heart is in the palms, but I'm also using my breath. So we're taking the heat of the heart, inhaling, exhaling, and then inhale. Ooh, take the hands to your kidneys, right? On either side of your spine, that's your lower back. Exhale into your palms. And noticing if one kidney is perhaps different from the other. Okay, and remembering as well that if you don't notice anything, that's still a noticing. Yeah? Let's do it one more time. Earthly door is closed, heavenly gate is open. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale. Ooh, that was a good one. Lift the chest, exhale into your palms. All right, the adrenal gland is on top of the kidneys. So what we're doing is helping with any kind of adrenal exhaustion, which I think we all have. Right? Balancing again. So do a little freestyle. Right? Maybe be boneless. Noticing movement, right? Every time you step, how that spreads outward. Imagine if that was also infused with male beings everywhere, be free from pain and suffering. And then I gotta put my hair back up. It is too hot. All right, I'm perceiving heat. All right, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stop. As Master Wu says, look within, observe. You may feel kind of vibration, more awake. Clarity. Step the right foot back to the left. Draw the arms around. In between each set of movements, we tend to close the practice like this. We're not closing the full practice, just that one. Fingertips face each other, palms face the earth, and then kind of push down. Smoothing the meridians of the subtle body. It may almost appear like playing. For my friend Thomas, it's like a guitar. For me, it's like a harp. Hands come back into the Tai Chi mudra. All right, we're going to move into 5 elements. I'm going to turn sideways. So I know Rashana Nancy, you're familiar with this, but Aniela, you've not seen it yet, I don't think. So 5 elements. I'm in my standing mountain. I'm going to inhale, and I'll guide us through all of it, okay? So inhaling, releasing the mudra. I turn my left foot out at a 45-degree angle, and then I heel toe step up into fire. Right, really lifting the sternum and holding it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Flames rising from your fingertips. And then I'm going to move through water, rounding the upper back and the lower back. See? Here's my kidneys. Kidneys, water element. And then flowing. Stepping back into mountain. Okay? So I'll face forward again, and we'll do the other side and keep going with the other elements. Earthly door, heavenly gate. So in your mountain, also, I forgot to mention this. I noticed this in myself before, but if you're clenching your butt, release it, right? The energy will move up without clenching. And that's a metaphor too. So inhale, exhale, release the mudra. Turn the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Heel toe up into fire. Nice, Roshan. Maybe lift the arms just a bit more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you feel that? Energetically, that was very different. Inhaling. Exhale. And I like to imagine that I'm also like the heat of my heart just burning off anything that no longer serves my purpose, which is to be a benefit to others. Inhale. Exhale, hold it. Inhale. Exhale, flow. Like water. Come back, mountain. That's it, Nancy. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Step the left foot out at a 45-degree angle, right foot forward. So this is like a very high warrior one. Try to square the hips. Yep. Toes are facing forward on the right foot. Back foot, it is a 45-degree angle. Notice as well that if you press on the outside edge of that back foot, you won't collapse on the arch. Arms come into bear, right? Now, Roshan, lower the elbows just a little. Yeah. Yep. Inhale. Pressing out. Exhale. Inhale. Twist to the right. Feel the energy connecting between both palms, flowing over your shoulders. This is metal. It's for our lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale back to center. Yep. Nice, Roshan. That looked great. Make sure that knee doesn't go anywhere, okay? And then step back. Mountain. Pause and notice. Inhale. Exhale, release. Step the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Before we do that, pause and notice the difference in the molecular vibration of the floor and you, and the air and the floor. And then step forward. Right, like if you were suddenly no longer in this space, the air around you is universal chi. There's universal chi everywhere, right? So we're playing with it, moving within it. Twist to the left. This is wood element. Inhaling. Exhaling. The wood element's associated with the liver. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Nice, Nancy. Step back. Mountain. Pause and notice. Earthly door is closed. Heavenly gate is open. Inhale. Release the mudra. Okay, now we move to earth element. So inhale, draw the earth up into your body. When you get to right about chest height, roll those shoulders back. Yeah, that's it. Intertwine the fingers, thumbs come together. This is really important for earth element. And then press up. And then press, 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 press. Right, but try to keep don't get the shoulders up stuck by your ears. Keep them down. We're gonna hold this. So inhale, exhale. Right, light falling into your palms, earth flowing up into your body. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Pull apart, pull. Nice. And press out. Try to get space between your sternum and your ribs, ribs in your spine. Perhaps you have eyes in your palm. And then extend the fingers long. Right? Notice the space that enters into your wrists. Inhale. Exhale, push down. Come back to the Tai Chi Mudra. And notice. We're going to run through the whole thing one more time, okay? I encourage you, if you can, time to time, close your eyes or soften the gaze, like really begin to see with your body, okay? Hear with your body. Do it one more time. Mountain. Inhale. Well, so the thing is, your body's doing this anyway, right? So now we're just being conscious about it. Exhale. What if you had eyes in the bottoms of your feet, like white Tara? Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Turn the left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Okay, also what I like to do is turn my fingers, as I'm coming up into fire, I'm turning my fingers and they're passing through the belt meridian. So check that out, right? I'm not touching myself, but I mean, I am, I'm just using my subtle body. Moving through my subtle body, through my gross body, and then rising up into fire. Nice, hold it. Watch that knee, Nancy. Inhale, everybody's Nancy. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, flow. Water. Step back, mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Turn the right foot out. Rise up into fire. Yeah. Can you lift your fingers straight up into the sky, Nancy? Spread them wide. Yeah, you notice how that's different. You feel when they're really spread wide, you feel that across the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, flow. water. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, step the left foot out, right foot forward. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the left, middle. Perhaps you can imagine a white light flowing into your lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Step back. Mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release. Right foot steps out, 45-degree angle. Left foot steps forward. Press on the back edge of that right foot. Right? Notice where the energy moves through you when you do that. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Wood element. You can envision a beautiful, nourishing green light flowing into your liver. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhale. Exhale, step back, mountain. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, gather the strength of the earth into your body. Also, the infinite compassion of the earth. Intertwine the fingers, thumb tips come together, roll their shoulders open and back. Yeah, that's it, Roshan. Press up. Okay, and hold this. Feel all of the energy coursing through you. Feel all of the energy that is you. You are energy, witnessing energy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pull apart. Inhale, press out. Inhale. Exhale, expand, straightening the fingers, reaching your fingertips to touch and move through the size of your room, wrapping around the planet. Inhale. Exhale, press down. Notice that as you do that, perhaps your spine lengthens up. And then turn the palms around. We'll end the practice drawing the arms around again. Fingertips facing each other but not touching. Right, sending the sound up through the crown of the skull. Pausing and noticing, looking within. Before we end, perhaps you can call to mind one of your teachers. See them right in front of you. And then we'll bring the left hand up. Still see the teacher in front of you. Still see the teacher perhaps inside of you. Left hand is up. This is the earth. Right hand comes on top. This is the heavens. Forehead comes to rest on the heavens and the earth as we bow to our teacher, to each other, to the earth, the heavens, and ourselves. And then we'll just come and sit and close out.
How you guys feel? Good. So 5 elements practice, really beautiful. I find the whole thing very balancing. You know, some practices are like fire, and other ones are really, you know, that's more of a yang practice. Some are very yin. When we've done looking for the moon in the sea, it's such a beautiful, quiet practice, right? But the thing is, any experience that you had, that was you connecting to you and the elements. It was not me, right? The wisdom of your body. Yeah.
So when you're practicing the 5 elements and you feel some element the most, like you feel the energy in some element the most, does it mean that that particular element needs a little bit of work in the body?
I kind of find that, yeah, if or if you're not feeling anything, right, maybe that you need to do that one a bit more. But I find that, you know, and again, all of this is like, it's information. It's diagnostic, and it's like, oh, okay, I need to be here right now. You know, this is us learning how to trust this thing that is made of the elements that we've forgotten about, you know, because we have our heads in our phones too much. But yeah, play with it, notice it, you know. And then start to, if you can, start to play with holding some of them, because that's when the transformation really starts to happen. And we know this too, right? There's a massive difference between sitting for 5 minutes and sitting for 5 hours. Huge, huge difference. So like, start to play, but you build up to it, right? For someone who's never meditated, sitting for 5 hours would be torture. Right? We play, we notice. And then we are gonna come, I'm gonna slowly start coming into doing Yi Chuan with you guys, because it's powerful, really powerful. And I'm not the only person. There's something about holding stillness for a really long time in a physical posture where your energy skyrockets. There's some mojo there. So anyway, a little past 12. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you guys next week. If you ever have any questions, please reach out. Until then, may you be happy, peaceful, safe, and at ease. And if anybody ever wants to join my loving kindness class, it's free, and it's on Mondays at noon. Okay.